Over 24 of the nation's top CEOs gathered at the White House this afternoon to meet with President Obama and the First Lady Michelle Obama. The discussion centered on flexibility in the workplace, and Sara Lee CEO Brenda Barnes took part in today's event. She is preparing to hear closing remarks from President Obama in just about 15 minutes, and she's taking a little bit of time out of her day for us, and we appreciate it. Brenda, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Let's talk about what this means. I mean, flexible work in relation to adding jobs, building jobs here. How do those two work in conjunction with each other?
Well, I think the whole topic has a lot to do with productivity, and I think the more flexible we make the work environment, the more we can provide workers what they need to manage their life and their jobs. And in fact, it ends up with higher productivity. And so I think it's great for the economy and great for the companies that are willing to do it. In addition to government, this is a cross-section of companies, social sector, business sector, and whatnot, changing ideas.
So keeping people employed and accommodating people's individual work schedules, those two things are not at odds here.
No, in fact, I think they create each other. So the more attractive we can make the workplace, the more people are able to deal with their own personal issues and really give more back to the company they're working for.
How are you seeing the economy? I mean, everybody loves a little Sara Lee. Who doesn't love that pound cake?
That's
but
right,
if you're on
yeah.
a budget and it's tight, you might not pick that up when you're in the grocery store. What are you seeing as far as consumer demand?
Actually, our business has been quite healthy. The consumer does need to eat, so we're certainly in a good sector in that regard. But I think the consumer attitude is picking up a bit, and I do see some improvements right now.
And do you expect that to continue? I mean, into this year, do you think that the economy is on an uptick here, or are you concerned about a double dip, as a lot of people have been talking about?
Well, I think we have a lot of concern about employment, and we have to be creating jobs. And this session we're here for is trying to work on productivity of our labor force. So the fact that we can be more productive, more competitive, and bring more jobs to our companies and our country, it'll all work in that favor.
What are you hearing from the president, Brenda? What does President Obama want you CEOs that he met with today to do?
Well, we're about to hear his perspective on that in a little while. I think it's trying to bring together the best thinking from all different sectors and trying to share those ideas so that we all can, in fact, improve the workplace for the people that we have. And I think government's looking for ways to do that as well, to bring productivity to the government side. So I think it's really a forum to share ideas and get the best practices for both companies as well as the employees themselves.
Let me ask you about the healthcare overhaul. We've heard from a lot of big companies that this is going to negatively, adversely affect their profit this year, next year. Do you expect to see that at Sara Lee as well?
We don't have that view right now. We're doing some analysis now that the law has been passed, and we're examining it, but we don't see that in the next year or so for our company.
All right. Hey, Brenda, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day. Have fun with the president later. Sara Lee, CEO Brenda Barnes there, coming to us, obviously, from the White House. Now,